Hello everyone. So I will teach you Django using the official documentation tutorial, and which you can find here by searching Django documentation tutorial. Okay, so click on the first link, getting started. Okay, these are just extra stuff. Start here, writing your first Django app part 1. Okay, so what we will do is, first of all, install Django. Okay, so here we are checking the version, but first we need to install the version. To install Django, type pip install inside your terminal. This is my terminal. I have customized it a lot, so it looks somewhat different, but the thing remains the same. So pip install Django. Okay, you do this, then the installation will take place, and after some time you will have it installed. Okay, so Django is already installed in my computer, that's why it did not take any time, and I got the message requirement already satisfied, but in your case it will take some time and your installation will happen. So now let us use this Python m Django. Let us check the version we have. So we are having version 3.1.7. okay, so now it says creating a project. So Django admin start project my site. Okay, so let us not change this project name as well, so that you can avoid confusion. So Django admin start project my site. What we are telling Django here is we want to start a new project called my site. Okay, you can name it something else like XYZ, whatever you want, my project or my site, whatever, but we will let it be just my site, so that you can follow the tutorial easily. Okay, so now do ls command. Ls command is to list all the files present in the current directory. So we have Django environment, it's a folder. Okay, so now let us get inside Django environment. Okay, cd command changes our directory, and now we are inside. You can see Django environment. So let us launch a VS Code here, VS Code instance here. So code space dot dot means just launch it here. Okay, we'll have to wait for a minute. Yes, now it's launching. Wait, we went to the wrong directory. Okay, so my site. Yes, so we have to get into my site and then code space dot. Now it starts. Okay, so now what you can see here is, this is the file explorer. So you can see a file manage.py. okay, so you will not have to touch this file, like you don't have to change this file almost ever unless you become an advanced user. So now we have this my site folder inside the my site folder, and this has some files called init.py, asg.py, settings.py, urls.py, and wsgi.py. okay, so we will come back to these later. First of all, let's start the server, so I can show you that our server is running. Okay, so yes, so python manage.py run server, run this command. Okay, so it says starting development server at http this just copy this one. Okay, copy, paste it in the browser. You see the install works successfully, congratulations. Okay, so let us leave this one here. This is our terminal and it's running, so we can go to VS Code and then yes, you can see now we are having an extra file, db.sqlite. This file is the database file which is used by our Django server, and by default Django basically allows you to use different databases, but by default we have SQLite, and that's why a SQLite file was created. SQLite is somewhat different from other databases because everything is stored inside this file only. So db.sqlite3, all of your data is inside this file only, and this is not supposed to be used in any production environment, so just leave it. Okay, so there's one thing you can notice here. It is saying run python manage.py migrate to apply them. It is saying you have 18 unapplied migrations. So migrations basically means you make some changes in your models uh, like I mean you can think of models like database tables. Okay, so we have made some changes and corresponding tables have not been created and corresponding changes have not been made in the database. It's just there in the Python code. That's why it's asking you to migrate. Okay, so copy this one. Okay, so there's one thing, instead of doing everything like coming back to this terminal every time, you can do is use control shift and backticks. Okay, if you don't know, like if you it doesn't work for some reason, then use control shift P, terminal, create new terminal. You can see this option, right? Control shift backtick, click this one. Okay, so here also my terminal looks somewhat different, yours will be a little different, and that's totally fine. I've customized everything. So now we are inside my site folder only. Okay, so now let us do python manage.py migrate. Okay, so it's doing some of the changes. See, admin, content types, sessions. Okay, so it's done. Good. So now let us create. Okay, so let us go back to the tutorial here. Okay, so it says let's look at start project this. So this is the directory structure. You can read what every file does here. That's not that's if you want everything in depth. And then we have okay, all this is not required. Okay, yes. So see, Django works in a modular fashion. For everything you create apps. Okay, so it's like you break every feature into different apps. So let us say you can have a different app for authentication, some different app for fetching some data. So this kind of things, right? So you can break everything into different apps. Okay, it's up to you that how much you want to break things. The more you break, the more scalable it is. So now let us start a new app inside this project using this command, python manage.py start app polls. So polls will be the app name. So press enter. You can see polls is created. So you can see inside this, it's just outside this polls folder, right? So this my site folder, this the inner my site folder. Okay, so we have polls. Inside these we have some files. Okay, so this tells you about the whole directory structure and all. Okay, so it is asking you to create a view. Okay, so polls and then views.py. Okay, just copy this whole code, paste it here. Okay, I'm doing some extra stuff, you won't have to do this. Okay, fine. Yes, so what we have done here is, right now we are defining a new view here. Okay, so we are putting all this inside views.py. okay, inside the views.py from Django we are importing HTTP response. So basically what we are trying to do here is we are creating first a hello world server. So it should be able to return hello world when requested. Okay, so you will get what I am saying in a moment. So first you write this function index and you pass it a request, and every time irrespective of the request we are returning hello world, you are at the polls index, right? Fine. Okay, so we have defined a view. This is a view. Okay, inside it's defined inside the views.py file. So view is nothing but basically for every path in a Django server, whatever the different possibilities are, based on that, for every different path you can map it to a function. So whenever a request comes at a certain path, let us say you somehow own some google.com. okay, so you have google.com/hello, and then you have google.com/buy. So for google.com/hello you can return hello world, and for google.com/buy you can return buy, goodbye. Okay, so these two are different things. In that case we will have to define goodbye function, take it here and return HTTP response goodbye. goodbye. Okay, but the thing here is see, it's not ready yet. Okay, so we have defined what function it has to execute when but we have not mapped it to a URL point, right? So we have not mapped it to slash by or to slash hello. We haven't done this yet. Okay, so for this part we will have to go inside. We'll have to go inside this file called urls.py. This one inside is inside my site. Okay, so urls.py. So leave this first one here and then include this. Okay, so admin, instead of admin let us say hello. Okay, and here we can import from, see what was the name of our app, polls dot views import, what was the name of this function, index, right? So import index and import goodbye. Okay, so now we can map whenever a request comes at hello. Okay, whenever a request comes at hello endpoint, we will respond it with the index view. Okay, and if the request comes at by endpoint, then we can handle it with the index the view goodbye. Got it? Okay, so now let us test our changes. So basically Django will reload itself as you make changes in the files. Django is looking for all those changes. So in the background it has reloaded everything. So now let us go back to HTTP 127. This one again, this was our original server, right? So you can see HTTP this much. We are going there and this one now. Okay, so now you will have to do what is slash. So you come back to the same point. You are seeing some error, page not found 404 blah blah blah, and then use URL con decide. Django tries the URL pattern in this order. Okay, but it could not find a match. So basically there is nothing defined for something like for this endpoint, like just put a slash there, and there's nothing defined for this one. So that's why we are not getting any response. But if we go to slash hello, so see, you are getting that message, hello world, you are at polls index. We had defined all this in here, right? Hello world, you are at the polls index. So we got that message, and now let us go back to slash by. Okay, so as we had defined here in urls.py slash by. Okay, enter this one. See, it says goodbye. Okay, so so it's up to you that you can create some new endpoints as well. Let us say you create a random endpoint, right? It's called random generate. Okay, so now you create a new view, random generator view. Okay, so we will have to define this one inside views.py first. Random generator view request. Okay, import math, import random dot. Okay, so it returns a HTTP response, which is a randomly generated value. Okay, so now let us go to slash random. See, it's a random value. Refresh it, you will get a different value. So now I think you are getting my point, that we are basically mapping every URL to a function. Okay, so you import it using pols.views import whatever the functions we want to import from this file, pols.views, and then a random generator view, goodbye, and index. These are the files imported here, you can see, and we are putting them there. So you can name it anything, right? So you can just name it XYZ and it will work still. Okay, see, again working. And now if you go to random, it won't work. Why? Because we have changed here, right? There is no random here, right? The first argument is the path exact as a string, and then the second argument is the function which has to be attached to that URL. Okay, so this was Django's very basic introduction. Thank you very much for listening. I will be uploading more videos, so please subscribe. Thank you.